So you want to start a business, but you do not have the funding or the money to invest in your business. So where do you get the money from? Stay tuned as I give you 5 tips on how to raise money for your dream business. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am Matilda and I am so glad to have you here. Today we are talking about how to raise money for your business when you do not have any money but you want to start a business. Now starting a business is good, but you may not have the money. So these are the 5 tips that I think can help you. Now remember, they are not exhaustive, but they're a great way to think outside the box and help you raise money for your dream business. So you have your business plan, but you don't have the funding. So what do? The first thing you want to do, and I believe this is an amazing and very simple thing you can do, is ask your parents. Ask your mom or your dad or your guardians, whomever. Even if you're all grown up, you're never too grown for them. You can ask them, show them your business idea and ask them for the money that you need. Now remember, our parents are often our greatest supporters. They are on our team and they always want to see us win. So if they have the money and whenever we need it, we can ask them, go to them for help, and they are more than willing to help us out, especially if they have the money. They always want to see your success unfold and you achieving your best. So they love us unconditionally. That's the first one, and it's so easy to do. You're never too grown for your parents. Now, if your parents do not have the money, or for whatever reason you cannot access it from your money, it's okay. You're grown, you're an adult. So the next thing you can do, which is very simple and pretty obvious if you ask me, is to get a job. Yes, get a job and raise the money for your business. There's a popular saying, I don't know if it's very popular, but there's a saying, I've heard it a number of times, which is your job pays for your passion. So get a job, plan it out, make sure you work for a certain amount of time, and then you're able to raise the money for your business. Now, when you do this, be very careful not to increase the cost of living, the cost of being you. Don't increase your cost. Sometimes it's pretty normal for us to increase our costs or consumption when we have more money. For example, when you don't have money, you cook in, you eat the food at home, you cook your own food. When you start having money, you spend more on takeouts, or you have more outings. So be careful with that one. When you want to raise money for your business, don't take too long, because sometimes get sidetracked. So you want to make sure that you are using a very lean, very thin budget, so that most of your money is going into saving for your business. And once your business picks up, you will enjoy all these fancy things that we have around. But for now, you might want to make sure that you don't spend too much money on enjoyment and things like that. Okay? So that is a side note, but very important one. However, sometimes you're unable to get a job, in this economy. Not everybody is fortunate to get a job, and for whatever reason you don't get a job. There's so many reasons. What you can do is actually use your talents and start a non-traditional job. You can use your talents to actually do non-traditional jobs. By this I mean, if you're good with your hands, for example, and you're good with braiding hair, you can actually become a mobile hairstylist. You can go to people's homes. This one is pretty common. I've seen a number of ladies doing this. And also, if you're a gardener, for example, but can't get a job, you can become a part-time gardener. Find people in your community that would like a gardener but can't afford to pay the full salary and wouldn't want the person to be there all the time. Find a number of people in a certain area, for example 10 people. If they're all paying you 200 kwacha and you go there on selected days, you could get a 2,000 kwacha by the end of the month, and you're a part-time gardener. Another one, however, this one I don't see much of around, is you can get a shoe shine stand. Get into town, set up a stand, and you're just shining people's shoes. By the end of the day, you would have knocked off with some money, and by the end of the month, you would have had some money that you can actually put aside for your business. Now, there's so many ways you can go about this. The non-conventional jobs, like you can be a personal trainer, you could be a baker, do some baking services. You could be you could do some secretarial jobs, the non-traditional things. Think outside the box. What does your community need, and then charge them for that. You will know in your mind, don't be feeling funny, but in your mind you will know like you're raising money for your business, which is the bigger picture. However, for now you are doing the small jobs that will help you build that money. Okay, so now the fourth thing you want to do, if you cannot get a job or you can't do the non-traditional jobs, and there are certain talents that you can't really use if you don't have the equipment, and the equipment's expensive. For example, if you're a graphic designer and you don't have your equipment such as a laptop or software, it's difficult, but you need those things. So to raise money for those things, what you could do is you could start a simple business that could actually raise money for your bigger business. Okay, so for example, you could look at your community, and let me give you an example of in October, it's usually really hot. One of the things that actually fly off the shelves are ice lollies or freezes, if that's what you call them. So what you could do is, if you live in a place with apartments, or there are a lot of houses in a high density area, and you could get those freezes, stock them up, freeze them, and start selling them every day, and you find that within a month you would have raised some money for your business. So just make sure you know what your community needs. You can also give out snacks and things like that. So that's a simple and small business. It doesn't require a lot of money, but it will help you raise some money for your dream business. Okay, now the fifth thing, which is one of my favorite, and this is one thing that I've tried out before, is use your environment. Okay, so you would want to use your environment to your benefit. If you do not have the money, look around, look at your environment. What do you have that you can turn into money? For example, I did this when I was young. I should have been in grade 5 at the time, and I wanted some money from my parents to go to the movies, and there was this game arcade that was amazing, one of my favorite places to go to at the time. And so I asked for money, and they said they couldn't take me because parents have so many commitments and all that. So I was like, no, but I want to go, and I went to our room, and usually in my bedroom with my sister, there were a stack of clothes that we were no longer wearing. And so I asked my parents if I could get rid of them, and they agreed to it. So I was like, okay, awesome. I told them my idea, and they were for it. I don't even know how they trusted me with it, but they did, and thank you so much for doing that. It gave me so much confidence from then on. Okay, so I got those clothes, got a stapler, got pieces of paper, stapled prices on them, and went to the mall. At the time we were living in Botswana, and the mall was like walking distance from our house. Went to the mall, looked for a place where I could set up a stand. I didn't even need to carry a table or anything like that. There was already a stand there, already set up, and I was, now looking back, it was so, I don't know, such a happy coincidence. I was so blessed to do that. Anyway, so I found the stand, and I was like, okay, so tomorrow this is where I'm coming. And I knew that if I go alone, I would be bored out of my mind. So I went to my friend. If you're watching, hi Daisy. I went to her place, and I told her my idea, and I convinced her. So following day we were there together. Got there pretty early, not very early. I mean, kids, we were there around 9 or 10. Set up our stand and started waiting for people to come and buy. Now, you know how it is in business. People need to know about you. So not many people knew that we were there. I got up, went round, started telling people about it. I would actually look at people and be like, okay, so this person would get this person, no. And I remember once I spoke to this police officer, and I told him, oh, I'm selling secondhand clothes. There are baby clothes, there are teens clothes and things like that. And then he was like, okay, fine. I went with him to show him the stand, and he bought some stuff. So within a week or two, we had sold most of the stuff. I actually raised money that I needed plus extra. So at the time, being young, I was already done with it. I was like, okay, so these are the clothes that I haven't sold. I'm going to come and sell them in the next holiday. It took me about 3 months to clear out that stock. So 3 months to clear out that stock, but I raised money, and it gave me a lot of independence and freedom to do what I wanted to do. So Ever since then, I actually do practice such a trend. However, nowadays I may not sell them. I may give them away. Sometimes I do sell them. I go to the thrift market and get a stand and just offload clothes I don't need at giveaway prices. I find this to be therapeutic because it helps me declutter my life, but also it turns money that is sitting in my house, it turns stuff or clothes that is sitting in my house into money. And who wouldn't want that? Instead of you having a wardrobe overflowing with clothes, you could actually turn it into money and have more money in your purse. Instead of a stacked wardrobe, you have a stacked purse. Beneficial, right? Yeah, so that's one way of starting up with your seed capital. You could raise some money for your business by clearing off your clothes and looking at your environment. One other way, if you look at your environment and you see space in your garden, you could start a garden and sell the vegetables from your garden. It will help you really jumpstart your business. Okay, so you guys, take note that in my 5 tips on how to raise money for your business, I haven't included a loan. Number 1, because I think that is a topic for another day. And number 2, I wouldn't necessarily advise you to start a business with a loan unless you absolutely have to and you're really sure about what it is you're doing. You're even better off getting a soft loan from your family or friends and kind of working with that. Now, these are not exhaustive tips. These are just tips that can help us think outside the box. So yeah, they're just mind openers. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I am so glad that you tune in. If you have any other ways of doing this, please comment in the comment section below and let me know. Let's share notes. Now remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with whomever you feel needs to hear this message. Let us stay positive and keep encouraging each other. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.